Hey guys, so what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. I am Starco Gaming and we are back with another Dragon Champion video, guys. If you are level 15 or below, make sure to use the promo code Starco to get a free starter pack. To do so, it is pretty simple. You go in settings, use promo code, and you enter the code Starco, STARKO. You press OK, and you will receive a free starter pack, and hopefully you guys will enjoy the goodies. So guys, it is now official. After a much longer wait than expected, the first half-pig / dwarf legendary event is coming to Dragon Champion. I'm gonna have Wizz Ard coming tomorrow night, at least US time. So today we're gonna talk about how to get ready for this legendary event. You know, what characters you need, what gear you need, what ability you need, and all that. We're gonna be talking about that in today's video. And obviously guys, this video is going to be relevant not only if you are ready for this legendary event the first time it comes around, but also for the next few times it comes around. And obviously guys, when we get a bunch more dwarf for eligible for this event, we're going to be obviously making another version of this video to help you guys even more. So first thing guys, let's jump in here and let's take a look at this legendary event. What are the requirements? Well, first, this character is a 330 arrow stones character, so that means you need to beat stage 7 to unlock him. So you cannot just beat stage 5 and then unlock this character. No, you are going to need to beat stage 7 to actually unlock him. So what are the requirements for stage 7 guys? It's pretty simple. You need characters at 7 stars. You need the dwarf only, so you basically you need 5 dwarf at 7 stars. There's not many dwarf available in the game. There are currently 7 dwarf in the game, so it's not that easy to actually get ready for this event. Now we're gonna be talking about the optimal team to get started for this event. Optimal team, most people will not have it ready except maybe 1 or 2% of the very lucky bastards that were able to pull 7-star Nelly from the Nelly campaign. But for regular people, they will not have Nelly ready. But if you do have Nelly ready, she is going to be the best leadership. She's going to be your leader for this event. So basically, if you have Nelly guys, your leader is going to be Nelly. You're going to be running with Raleigh, Stim, Zappy, and Bordwin. That will be the 5 characters you actually want to run if you have Nelly available, if you have Stim available. Some people will not have Stim either because Stim is actually not farmable. You can only get him from Crystal right now. So if you did not get him to 7 stars, you are really going to be struggling with this event because without Stim at 7 stars guys, you have no defender. So he's going to be a very important target, which is why when they release him as a defender, I really focus on him. Save my drag coins for his spending event and all that, and save my drag coin to pull his chest because I knew that it was going to be very important to get him. So if you don't have him, there's high chances that you might not be able to beat this legendary event unless your other 5 dwarf are actually very strong. You know, past gear 12, ability 7, and might actually be able to stand a chance. Although I did not test that on the test server. Actually, I didn't even test the event on the test server because I want to test it with my live account on the first time I actually tested for my guide that's going to be releasing in about 48 hours guys. So the optimal team: Nelly, Bordwin, Zappy, Raleigh, and Stim. Now the easy to get team, because the team that everybody can actually farm, you're gonna have Raleigh. Raleigh is the easiest one to farm because you can farm 3 nuts a day, which is actually pretty simple. So Raleigh is the number 1. Number 2, you have a Tobal. Tobal is probably the last one you actually want to build in the dwarf. But if you don't have access to Stim, you don't have access to Nelly, you are going to be needing Tobal because he's your fifth one, at least for now. So Tool is going to be the number 2 for the easy to get team. Number 3 is going to be Tool. Tool can actually be getting from the star market, the star store, which is actually pretty good. You can get him from the market too, but you never want to spend direct direct coins to a character, so you ignore the market. You can get him from the star shop. If you get lucky, some days you're going to be able to get like 15 to 20 arrow stones of him if you have the star currency. Next, you have Stim, you cannot farm, so we're going to skip this one. Zappy is very easy. You have 3 nuts to actually get Zappy, so very, very easy to get her. Bordwin next. Bordwin, you can get him from the battleground shop. A little bit longer to farm, but still is a farmable character. So those are the 5 characters as the easy to get team to get. That's going to be the weakest team you can actually have around, but this is the team you will probably end up with. Well, mostly people will end up with. Now, the average team, the team that most people like me will be able to play with, that team is actually pretty simple, and that is the team we are mostly going to be covering, and skills to advance and runes and all that. This is the team we're going to be covering in this video mostly. So you want to go with Raleigh, Tool, Stim, Zappy, and Bordwin. So that is if you don't have Nelly, which most people don't have, and where proactive in getting Stim to 7 stars when they had a chance, like I did. So this is the team you want to go in. How do you want to build this team is going to be very, very important. First of all, you need Raleigh as fast as possible, because Raleigh is going to be your initial taunt in the game, because Raleigh can actually trigger the taunt for Stim with, I think it's with this, yeah, the 3rd skill. See, gain chain depth, dodge increase, and the ace for 2 turns, restore 25% health. Stim, gain taunt for 1 turn and consume 25% charge. For every 5% charge consume, restore 15% of turn meter, and remove 1 debuff from herself and Stim. So basically it's going to remove debuff from Stim and is going to taunt for Stim, and that is going to be very important to get this ability to level 7 for that. This is going to be the most important ability to get to level 7 on her. Yes, the other ability can actually be solid at level 7, but if you get those ability to level 6, it should be enough for you to be able to beat this legendary event. It's really the ability to buff up your Stim that's going to be very important. Now, if you're running without Stim, we're still going to cover that a little bit. If you're running without Stim, you are going to need to get this ability to level 7 instead of this ability, because if you don't have Stim, this ability, it's not worth to get to a level 7. So you want to get the 2nd skill to level 7 for the extra healing, the regeneration, so you can actually keep your team alive a little bit better, instead of getting the synergy with Stim up. That's the word I was looking for. Sorry guys. So that is the way you actually want to build her. Next, you have Tool. Tool, you want to get him as fast as possible. You want him to have good potency, so you can actually apply his bleed as much as possible. Artifact, I went with critical rate here. Technically, I tried to get his critical rate up to 70%. I tried to get his potency as close as possible to 100%, but it's not close enough. I could be doing a lot better with sanguinary stats on potency, but this is still a pretty decent build. But you want him to be as fast as possible, as always. And what skill do you actually want to get to level 7 on this guy? There's no skills that really come out, and say, hey, I'm the skills that need to be level 7. I just did not feel like any of the skills were actually that important to get to level 7. I guess the only skills that could actually be worth to get to level 7 will be the passive ability. The only skill I don't have to level 7 yet. Tool of the King, because gain 40% dodge if you actually have that there to level 7, which can actually really increase your survivability, especially if you are running without a tank. So that will be an ability to get to level 7. 7 personally. I don't need it. My scroll are actually gonna go towards Zeppy and Boardwind. So next we have a stem. If you have stems, you want to you know, build them up as much as possible because you want him to be as strong as possible as wow, my throat is killing me. As defensive as possible. You want him to be able to survive and to not die. That's going to be very, very, very important. So you want to get his tenacity as high as possible with a very good speed on him. Also, the speed don't matter that much since you're going to have Raleigh with him. That's going to do the initial taunt. So you don't need to get his taunt rolling until the second turn technically. So it's actually not that bad. But anyway, guys, you want to build him with high tenacity and his skills. Personally, I went with all his skills to level 7 because I like to have good power stats on him. But technically, the skills you want to have is the passive ability to level 7. You want to have the third skill to level 7, so you generate more shield when you use that taunt. And then you want to have the second skill is level 7 because for each 1% charge consumed, gain a 5% chance to inflict a potency decrease, which can actually be quite useful, but it's not that important. The most important is level 6 here for the ability block, but still having that ability to level 7 is very, very useful. This ability level whatever you want to have it is not important. So my recommendation, at least have the passive ability and the third skill to level 7, and then if you have extra scrolls, you can get the second skills to level 7. But it's really just the third skill and the passive ability that is very important to level 7. And obviously runes, you want to go tenacity as much as possible with as much shield as possible, and artifact you want to go with tenacity artifact. Obviously this is the way to actually build them. Now if we move to the next characters is actually Zeppy. Zeppy, you want to build her with high speed, high potency. You can actually daze the target every time you do your AoE. You want to have a decent amount of critical chance and good damage on her. You have a few decent builds you can actually put on her. You can go with a damage build, a critical chance build. You can go with a speed build on her. Personally, I went with the damage build. Actually, she does pretty sweet, so that takes care of that. And the ability you really want to have to level 7 on her is her second skills, which we're gonna do right now. Second skills needs to be level 7 because extra damage, prolonge the armor decrease, and you know, the damage is going to be so important from this skill. That is the one skill you actually want to have to level 7. Obviously, if you get other skills like the third skill with all allies gain critical damage, it's great. The passive ability, you know, more turn meter, it's great. But the really, really important skill is to have our second skills up to level 7. And then if we move to the last characters in the optimal team, you want to go with Boardwind. You want to have as much potency as possible. You should actually go 6 potency runes on him, unless you can actually get over around 150% potency by yourself without needing 6 potency runes, because you are going to need a shit ton of potency on him to be able to remove buff. That is going to be very, very, very important. So you want its potency as high as possible, you want its speed as high as possible, and that is what's going to be very, very important on him. And you have 2 skills you technically wanted to actually have to a level 7. You have the first skill is Tremor, which is the second skill. Good AoE damage and also inflict damage decrease for 2 turns if you have it to level 7, which is going to be very important, which is what we're going to be doing here. So we're going to get that skill to level 7, very, very, very important. And then you have the basic ability because it's going to be buff removal. So you can see here, okay, deal 350% physical damage and enemy consume 20% charge. For every 1% charge consume, gain 5% chance to remove 2 random buff from an enemy if you get it to level 7. It's only 1 if you get it from level 6. So you advance that. This is the 2 ability you actually want to get to level 7 on this guy, and you want to get his potency as high as possible. Like me, my potency right now on him is not optimal. Let's take a look, see if we can actually do anything to actually make that better. I don't think I got anything to replace those. That's why they were there. Nothing to improve those either. Well, here we should have shield, but we don't have a good speed. So this is why we're actually standing with those 2 runes right now. But that will be changing once I get a chance to actually change it technically. So you want to get its potency as high as possible. Artifact is potency artifact. Also, we have to level up this artifact. Goddamn, I was supposed to wait for the next competitive event, but the legendary battle is going to be available before that. So can we start it up? Nope. So we can increase its max level. It's already done. So we just need to level up this artifact now. So let's do that real fast, guys, so we can actually see what stats we're going to be running with him at that point. Here we go. We should be able to. Nope, that's close. We're going to remove some runes here. Well, upgrade mats. There we go. So here we go. We're gonna get this potency up by quite a good amount here, actually. And also its life still 18%. Actually going to be very useful for him. So that actually brings his potency to 121.62%. So that is definitely going to make him much stronger. And also we got 33% life steal, which is massive AoE. It's going to be very, very, very useful. So this is the build we have on here. Technically, we kind of want to get those characters, Zappy and Bordwin, to gear 12. That will be the most important characters to get to gear 12 for this event, but we won't be able to do it. So basically, all my characters are actually going to be gear 11 with some gear, additional gear equipped on them, and that is the build we are expecting to be able to beat the legendary event with. Hopefully, going to be able to. If not, we are definitely going to be investing into something. And obviously, guys, a spending event will be releasing probably tonight or tomorrow night for the legendary event for another dwarf characters. I don't know who is going to be part of this. That'll be nice if Nelly will be there, because I don't see Stim already has the spending event. So Nelly is the only one we haven't had the spending event yet, so that will be optimal, but I am not sure we're going to be able to, we're going to have access to that yet. But if we do, we are definitely going to be building her up and replacing replacing Tool in that list. Tool is normally gear 12, kind of sucks, but that's the plan for this legendary event. So guys, that is pretty much how to get ready for this legendary event. Obviously, guys, in 48 hours we're gonna have another video to showcase how to beat this legendary event that will be coming. But for today, that is it. So guys, thank you for watching, thank you for being part of my amazing community, and I will see you guys again in the next video. Thank you.